Price to Jazz, coming in with our next transmission. All right. I've built up some research into weaponry, and as we planned last time, I think it's time to take the fight to the base of the enemy. So, as you can see, I have a combat shotgun. Pretty solid. Let's see, what? Range 20, damage bonus 20%. We also have our submachine gun, which is pretty well researched. The other thing is I have this heavy armor, okay, which seems to be pretty useful. And I'm going to go ahead and try and take on this small base down here to the south, see how well we do there. I also have these poison capsules, which I think are going to be pretty dang good for this. I built this little steel chest over here just to fill with some of the stuff that was getting into my inventory because it was starting to take up a bunch of space. I didn't really have anywhere to put it, so this is where it's just kind of my randomness chest. So that's what that is, in case you're wondering why there's so many tiny little icons. Okay, we're going to zoom way out for this, which I realize might be tricky to watch. So I'll do my best once we get down there, but I need to be able to see the full range as we take on these enemies, so hopefully that's not too big. Oh, and here they come. Back off, jerks. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, not bad. Our armor holds up pretty well, and as long as we can get close enough... Oh, man. Okay. Cool, we're good, we're good. That poison seemed to work well. I need to get close enough. There we go. Okay. I think that with enough poison, these things should be relatively killable. Boom! Look at that. Oh, poisoned myself a little bit there. It's okay. Just go ahead and put this away. Did I get it all? Oh, yes. Alright, we just need to wait for the poison to dissipate, but boom, they are done. Now, I did hurt myself quite a bit there with the poison, so I have to be aware of that. But look at this. We now have ourselves the key ingredients to some very important stuff. We have alien artifacts. All right, you know what? I'm feeling a little bold. I'm feeling a little brash. I think we're going to go try and take on this other one. This one just right down here. Looks roughly to be about the same size. I'm going to get a little bit closer for this view. All right, back off, jerks. Back off. This combat shotgun is where it's at. Nice. Okay. Let's start poisoning. Okay, put these things away. Hurry. Okay. Nice. Okay. Seems to be doing the job there. Nice. I mean, and once you got the poison down, they don't really seem to be able to spawn very well. And so that really does just help us out quite tremendously. This is great. And so then that steel chest that I made, I'm going to be putting all of my alien artifacts into so we can hold on to them, because we're going to need those. I think that they are required for the next level science packs. Now the last thing I want to do before we head back, I want to see what this bigger base looks like, because this one could be, I could be biting off too much. They still only look like the little guys. Honestly, I think I can take them on. Let's try it. Got to be a little more cautious because there are so many more of them this time. Come on, throat. Throat. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, we got 8 left of our poison capsules, and with them running through them, that just seems to work so well. Okay. Die, 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 die. Die. Okay, cool. We're good. Back off. Oof. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. We might have to fall back for a bit. Okay. Okay. Get him out there. Get him out there. We're doing okay right now. We're doing okay. Look at this. This is great. Got 2 poison capsules left, but look at the kind of damage that we are dealing right now. Alright, we're getting hit. We're getting hit. Don't let them do too much. Keep up the poison. Okay, we're out of poison capsules, so that's worrisome. Only to the effect that we're not going to be able to keep them at bay as much now. But if we can kill at least half of these, then we're going to be in a good state. And stop poisoning yourself, buddy. You're doing yourself a disservice. I got to get closer. Got to get closer. Okay. Shotgun, 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 shotgun is the best around. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. Oh, they pulled out the big guns there. Okay, okay. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Come on. All right, let's get a little closer in here. Sorry for the faraway view again, like I said. Doing the best that I can with the tools that I've got. Okay. We're killing lots. Getting down to the wire here on numbers. Oh, this combat shotgun is wonderful. And look at that. One last one. and we tear it apart. Nice. Okay. We have got the skills to take these enemies on. We can clear out the monster bases that are near us, which is going to be great because it's just going to help us out to be able to expand and not worry so much. Oh, that's great. And honestly, the other thing is now that we have those poison capsules, I can better clear forests like this because that forest to the north of my base, not going to lie, it's really starting to irritate me how hard it is to build anything in that area. Okay, we're going to head back. I'm going to put away some of these alien capsules, and we're going to get to work on the next stage of stuff. I think, well, we'll go and we'll clear out that base to the north just to get it dealt with. So I'll cut in so you can see that. And then other than that, we're going to work on things like solar power and accumulators. I think that we can really start ramping up our production of different forms of energy production, so we don't have to worry so much about coal. And look at this huge thing down here. Nice. And getting into the things like modular armor and upgrades and stuff like that, I think that's going to be a nice step forward. And once we've got all that stuff working, then we can maybe think about putting in some laser turrets. But yeah. With that, I will be right back with another transmission. All right, we're coming in with another transmission, and we're creeping up on the enemy base again. Zoom out and see where it is. It's right there. Got some more poison capsules, so I'm feeling pretty good about this. And this is a pretty small base, so not too worried. All right, let's get in on this. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. Come on. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. Nice. Okay, so that poison cloud there should help to prevent them from doing too much to us. Let's go ahead and poison the actual base itself. I don't know if the poison actually damages the bases. I think it used to, but I guess not. But at least it does help to prevent the... oh, that guy's big. That guy's big. That guy's big. I don't like you. Don't like you. It does help to prevent them from spawning while I tear them to shreds, essentially. Okay. All right, that one's done. All right, then we have that other one a little bit further north. And, you know, the main reason I'm doing this is because... I'd like to slow down the attacks as they've been increasing somewhat in their frequency, and so I'd like to prevent those from happening as much as I possibly can. Our defenses seem to be doing pretty well. Our turret setup that we have is actually pretty solid, but you know, I like to be ahead of these kinds of things and not let them get out of hand. Okay, this is a somewhat bigger one, but I think we can do the same strategy. So yeah, here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Gosh, if we didn't have this shotgun, we'd probably be in a lot more trouble. But that shotgun really seems to be helping quite a bit. Okay, okay. Make them run through the clouds. Earn it. Make them earn it. All right, we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Okay, we got one down. Hit one over there. Okay. Last one. Perfect. Oh, there's another one to our north. You can see that. But honestly, I think like at this point, you know, we don't want to stir the hornet's nest too much. We're just trying to push a little bit back against the frequency of the attacks, push them outside of our bubble of pollution, essentially. And hopefully we'll be cutting back on our level of pollution, so maybe they won't be as big of an issue further on. We will have to start hunting them a little more regularly when we need more of these alien artifacts. But by that point, we will have some upgrades. We'll be able to get around a little bit quicker, because right now this is taking a while. I should have waited until I had a car, but I just felt like going out and busting some heads. All right. With that, I will bring you back in when I'm ready for the next transmission as it pertains to power. All right. This is Price coming back in. As you can see, this is becoming even more of a tangled mess, but it's because I've decided to add a couple of more machines, specifically those that will help us to make solar panels and accumulators. So what you'll see here is I have actually created a solar panel assembling factory here. And what it needs is it needs electronic circuits, it needs copper plates, and it needs steel bars, which we already had being built into this whole thing. So I thought, why not try and siphon off of this, because we did have a lot of this stuff building up on the belt, so I felt like it could be fine. We had a bit of a rundown with our copper setup because I had to increase our copper production over here. We were running a little bit low. I'm running into problems on these belts. For some reason, every now and then they'll get a little snag. I think it's just kind of like growing pains. As I move things around, we kind of run into issues. So with that, I moved a couple things around. It seems to be going smoothly, and so we're going to move forward with this. So the first part is building these solar panels, and I know that what I'm going to need to really do is kind of essentially shut this off every now and then. I only want it to be going when we have an excess of resources, right? Actually, let's move you to here. And so because of that, yeah, that's right. And long inserter. So because of that being our goal is like to make as many of these as we can right now just to kind of get them going. But once we start running out of resources, I want to, be ready to pull this off the line. The other part is, since it is at the back of the line, it does help that it's not really going to be pulling away from these other things. It just might itself slow down and not be able to be kept up with. So that one's going to be fine. The other one that's going to be tricky is going to be this guy, the accumulator one. So this guy needs batteries and copper plates, I believe. No, iron plates. No biggie, except for the fact that I worry that it will eat up tons and tons of batteries. So with that in mind, I will be sure to be a little smart about what I do with it, essentially. So we're going to put... I could do a smart inserter, but I don't know if I need one since this is already set up. I do need to give it more power. Just go ahead and throw that there. Let's grab an inserter from here, and have them export to there. So yeah, you can see he's taken a lot of batteries off the line. Now I need batteries for my other things, for my science packs, for all of that stuff. And now that I look at it... No, yeah, I was going to say maybe if I moved it down here it would be fine, but that's not going to help. So I just need to kind of be vigilant and paying attention to my supply of batteries. Are they keeping up? Are they running out? What's going on up here? Is it going fast enough? Looks like it is not going very fast at all. But I feel like these assembling machines can certainly build all of these items faster than I can. So what I need to do is I'm going to let this run for a little bit. I'm going to get a couple of these things out. Wow, 16. Wow, okay, we're building them quickly. That's faster than we could really need. So I'm going to let those run for a little bit, and then when we come back, we're going to do a final little setup with all of these things next to each other. We're going to see how much power we can get out of this machine. All right, price out. All right, we're going to come in, we're going to do a little proof of concept, because it turns out that those solar panels do require so many electronic circuits that they've already torn through the belt, and we do not really have that many. So I'm going to just show what we're going to be looking towards doing, and then in the future we will come back and I should have a lot more once I've maybe built up a whole bunch more electronic circuits or something else. So what we have here is we have our accumulators and we have our solar panels. The accumulators store up energy, okay? And the solar panels get energy from the sun, right? Just like you would imagine. So obviously they need to be hooked up to a grid. So what I found is kind of an efficient setup is if we make this sort of giant square, and we're using right now just the basic large or the medium-sized poles, just because that's what we have. So you can see we have 10 solar panels all set up in this way, and what happens perfectly, and I put in some lights in here just so we'll be able to actually see what we're doing, and because there is a little bit of extra space. So then what you can do is you can actually run these accumulators. You'll see that they're gathering energy right now from the grid. You'll see we'll be able to perfectly fit all of these accumulators in here, just like this. And so if we iterate upon this, what we should be able to do is hook up, and part of this, oh, let's get rid of you. We should be able to build up a nice, oh, come on, you can do it. There we go. A nice amount of energy that we can then draw upon during the nights, and that can kind of help mediate some of the amounts of energy that we're using. What we'll find that's going to happen is whenever we've got energy in our accumulators, it'll build up from the solar panels and try and power as much stuff as it can, which means these guys will slow down a bit. which is exactly what we want. We don't want them to be running all the time. We want them to be sort of our backup. So once we have enough of all of this stuff, enough solar panels, enough accumulators, what we'll actually find is that we're going to be running almost entirely on solar power, especially during the day. We'll have a surplus, hopefully, and then during the night, we'll run maybe 50-50. And that's a pretty good setup, I think. So I'm going to put down the rest of these accumulators. I'm going to get stuff set up so that I can get a whole bunch more solar panels and kind of build out upon this model of power generation. And hopefully the next time you get a transmission from me, we will have a nice large setup of these solar panel grids and accumulator grids. But with that, I've been Price. Thank you all for listening. It really keeps my spirits up, keeps me going. When we come back next time, man, we're going to have power generation like crazy. We're going to be researching like crazy. I'm going to be building out a whole bunch more of this stuff. I'm going to be building out a whole bunch more of this stuff so that we can really plan for the future and have everything set up. And who knows where we might end up after this, but I'm really looking forward to the kinds of things that we can do. All right, with that, I've been Price, and I will see y'all next time.